is where the wrestling truth resides.
But yeah, welcome everybody. And of course, we have our guest on. He's waiting in the back for us. So let's get right into it. You want to slap that stinger for your shit?
No, because I was in the middle of doing something, but I got it. I got it.
I think this is fake. You think it's fake? What's that? Is
Interview questions with Levi Spade.
you think it's fake? You come fake? Easy. What do you mean?
It never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
Never gets old.
Welcome to Interview Questions with Levi Spade. It has been a while. I haven't done one of these in a bit.
I know.
I don't know if I remember how to host these. Anyway, we are joined tonight by somebody who I have not actually spoken to since I left, so this is going to be a really nice catch-up. Somebody who actually had quite a hand at training me in my early days. So the current MPW
Overweight, I think it's called.
Openweight? Is it Openweight?
Openweight, yeah.
Openweight.
Yeah.
Current MPW Openweight champion. It is jacked Jake Hess.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, look at that. It's right in the background. Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just couldn't remember
the whole setup.
The name of it.
Oh, it's so better than my setup. My walls are now are empty. I decided to remodel, and then I forgot that I don't have anything to put it back up. So I gotta wait a little bit. So
yeah, first things first, I have to start off by saying, Levi,
hey bud,
you're a piece of shit for mentioning me getting kicked in the face by Alec. I'm trying to live.
Okay. I'm not the one that brings it up.
You brought it up. Don't you pull this bullshit. You did.
No. I don't bring that up. I don't bring that up.
I'll pull up the fucking clip.
Fondly.
I'll pull up the fucking clip. You brought it up.
No, it's probably one of the most embarrassing moments to happen to me. And I told Randy this right off the bat. I told him, if you ever bring Lindsay back, I'm sick that day.
Do you mind talking about that? What was supposed to happen, what accidentally happened, or you just want to like get away from your brain forever type thing?
Well, if I might as well talk about it. This will be the last time I ever talk about it ever again. So what happened is somebody they were like, hey, we have this spot for the match, and nobody, like, they said just run in when Lindsay loses his mask. And I had been drinking that night. Jack and Cokes. Anyone ever wants to buy me a drink?
There we go.
But no, I'd been drinking, and for some reason in my drunk brain, I didn't think after the match. I thought right when he loses his mask. So my drunk ass ran up there and proceeded to get kicked squarely in the face. And it was the worst moment I've ever had running crew on a show.
Hey, accidents happen. It's totally understandable. You know, I know a lot of times that shit's been called, especially with like old vacation land, and nobody like shit then changes, and then they don't communicate with everybody else. So everyone's like, "What the fuck are we doing? Are we going? What are we doing? Are we doing this? What's going on?
What is happening?"
I've got RBG on my PC, and I thought there was a way to turn it off because I realized
the country saying "hi" right there.
I realized my new setup. It's getting picked up in my camera, and it was really bugging me. But I don't think I can shut it off. So I was just cycling colors.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
but luckily for me, like I was able to take a few months off from Limitless shows because I had drill the same day.
But Alec kind of saved the spot because it was like on the stream end. It kind of was like, oh, you're coming into like, oh, I'm trying to like protect his face, whatever, and then Alex super kicks you in the face to get you out of the way, and then
Yeah, I
finish
mean,
the match.
in the long run, because Alec was turning heel anyway, it ended up working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ended up working. It's just I got a lot of heat backstage, as I rightfully should have. But I know everybody was heated at that moment. I was heated with myself at that moment. It was a bad day at the office, and that's about the last thing I'll fucking say on that.
So we always start this off with just give a little introduction, add anything about yourself that I didn't add in my little intro there, and then we'll get into some of the actual questions. So just give a little introduction that people know, who you are, what you do.
I mean, this is about the coolest thing that's happened to me in wrestling since I've been back. Basically, just your local gym rat soldier who's out there to kick ass, take names, and I left my notebook at home.
So basic interview question. It is, I feel like, the most basic wrestling podcast interview question ever. But of course, what got you into wrestling? When did you start? Both when did you start like watching or having interest in wrestling, and also when did you start actually starting to train?
So God, when I got started, I would me and my brother he would always like have like fight a lot, and my mom always thought that wrestling, if we watched wrestling, we would do.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, hi Dylan. Hi, nice of you to join us.
Hi.
You missed me telling Levi that he's a piece of shit.
Oh, that's every Tuesday for us.
I mean, every Friday.
That too.
The podcast listeners wonder why the fuck I haven't been on the podcast in 3 weeks.
No.
We love you, buddy.
So you and your brother would fight a lot. Let's ignore Santa Claus.
But yeah, and my mom thought that if we watched wrestling, we would just be doing WWE moves to each other all the time. So basically, I wasn't able to watch until I think middle school. I went over to a friend's house and he was watching it, and I was like, "Wow, this is really cool. I really like this." And then kind of, how friendships in middle school, somebody moves, you drift apart. So I didn't get back into it again until my mom started seeing her ex-husband, and he brought over SmackDown versus Raw 2008. I stand by, it's still probably one of the best wrestling games ever made.
Yeah, 2008 is the shit. It's fucking awesome.
It is so good. Featuring ECW. It made me a huge Sandman fan too. Just that the entrance alone, just the beer can to the dome.
I just got this image of you hitting someone with the White Russian leg sweep now, Hess.
I've done it before.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah,
I
do it all the time. I need to start doing it more often. I used to do it all the time.
What? Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Oh yeah,
Bring it back.
There's a lot of moves that like everybody does that like it's like, oh yeah, fuck, I forgot. Like I forgot I used to do choke slams. it's like oh shit, oh yeah, that's right, I used to do those.
I literally I've had so much time off lately that I've started going back and rewatching my old footage because I am at the point where I'm like, what the fuck is my moveset? Like what do I actually fucking do in the ring? So I've been going back and rewatching my old shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Like I hit my sliding knee in training a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, man, I gotta fucking bring that back. I haven't hit this fucking knee in like months.
I think everyone who's like early on running matches should just keep a notebook of all the shit they do, so that way
that's what I did.
So that way, when you're backstage and somebody's like, "What? So what do you do?" You can just be like, "Let me consult a little notebook."
So what started at the dojo? Actually, when I started the dojo, that's what they were trying to get us to do, and I think I still have a notebook here with like different moves I was doing in it, and I just never remembered to keep it up. So
Yeah,
now people are like,
I think it was
"What are you
Ace
doing?" I'm like,
that I think it was Ace that pushed that into us early on. He was like, get a notebook, write everything down. Like that was something he talked about all the fucking time. So I do have a notebook somewhere that's got some of my old combos and everything in it.
All my notes.
Oh,
Jesus
Big Cat
Christ.
with the note.
All my notes.
big shout out to someone though.
How I'm doing.
Big shout out to Jimmy Limits because he's the one that told me to write my matches down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually still have my notebook. I don't think I've updated it. I think it's missing like a handful of matches of right before I left and all the matches I've had since I got back.
Uh-oh.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, so I need to like go back in the mental Rolodex and fix it. But like again, to any young wrestler out there, get yourself like one of those pro wrestling journals. Like I think I'm not going to dig for mine, but like they sell them like pro wrestling journals, and it's a really nice setup. It's like match type, match opponents, stuff like that. It's
my last match entry on my list of matches was the shit show that me and Andy had in Buxton back in 2023.
Oh god!
Oh,
in October of 2023, the shit show at Skips. That was the last match entry I had. So I have an entire year's worth of matches that I do not have in my phone.
Yeah. So Big Cat Andy, either of you guys booked for Skips the 15th of February?
Maybe.
The 15th of February?
Yeah.
Maybe. Because I went to the last Skips and I told them that like.
No? Oh, okay. As my lovely assistant, my lovely girlfriend said, she don't know, so I don't.
You're
know.
sleeping. You just called her your fucking assistant directly in front of her. You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
I said my lovely assistant, my lovely girlfriend.
Yeah, well, it's basically this.
Yeah, but you started with my lovely assistant, then you added the girlfriend second. That should have been swapped the other way around.
But it's exactly like this. Honey, can I work Friday? Just like this shit.
You.
Just like this shit. He's like, hey, Cat, take this date off. We're doing this date. I'm like,
it's the only way I can get you to be for free for a date. I'm like, we got a freaking booking. Let's go.
Do you know where he got that from? It's because he had to take over. He had to take over for my job because I'm the one that always got us bookings as the Seawolves. So he had to take over. Take over because I used to do the same shit. I'd just text him. I'd be like, Dylan, you have this date off. Like, it's not a choice. You have this date off.
Basically, yeah, I remember that. It's like it's like Nix, this. Well, this is all we're working, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Sorry, Hess.
Yeah.
What is your who is your favorite of all time, and who is your biggest inspiration? Because like for me, like The Undertaker, Brody Lee, Bray Wyatt, those are all like my favorites of all time. But then at the same time, I also have guys like Finn Balor, Malachi Black, who are some of my all-time favorites, but also inspirations for how I structure my style. So it could be two separate things. It could be the same thing. But tell us a little bit about that.
Oh God. I think probably my favorite of all time and also my inspiration a lot is Kurt Angle. And another
the amount of
my
angle slams.
Yeah.
And the shoot wrestling in the beginning. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Hess, loosen up. Jesus. This isn't a shoot. You don't need to choke me the fuck out.
Here's why Angle's a huge inspiration to me is because like we both have like the same background in like amateur wrestling. Granted, he went to the Olympics. I retired with a 1-4 collegiate wrestling record.
Better than mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I didn't even go, like I stopped in freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Junior year of high school, I was training with the captain of the wrestling team. He rolled over, blew my ankle out, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Third season, I would always just wear like knee pads and I'd be fine. And then like towards the end of the season, I got like knee braces on both knees. My elbow's fucked. I'm just like, I'm going to just fucking deal with it. At one point, I actually think I still have I don't know if you can see that scar right there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that is because I got so pissed off after a match, I punched a locker and opened my knuckle.
Ooh.
In my defense, I won the match 3 times over, and the ref refused to call it because we were wrestling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I fucking hate when that happens. That used to happen with me all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, no, I was wrestling Bucksport, and this dude was a Bucksport graduate.
Yeah.
Every fucking
yes.
Time, every fucking time.
Fucking Bucksport refs are shit.
Yes.
Every single time, I'd like be like laying there and be like, you gotta call it. Like it's been like 50 seconds, my guy. He's not moving. Come on.
I'm like, I have him. I'm like, hey, it's a pin. It's a pin. Yeah. It's a pin. And of course, like he fights out by the time the fucking ref calls it.
And then your shoulder barely touches the mat, and he like counts it like, what the fuck?
I'm just
ref goes down. What?
No, it's
literally
not
like
even like that. He's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I could fit maybe a hair under there. No.
And then like the other team, like me, this happened to me all the fucking time. Like barely touches the mat. And it's up already when he slaps the mat. It's like, what the fuck? What was that? Like, oh, my coaches used to get in the fucking faces of them all the fucking time of that shit. It was so bullshit. It happened so many times, especially with Bucksport.
It was just so. But you know, at the same time,
they can't kick out if they're unconscious.
You can't slam anymore. That's
you can't. I actually have a picture from back in the day with one time I had this guy like up on my shoulders. And I got a still. I had it on video. I got a still from that match. I set it as my profile picture, and everyone's like, "Dude, did you slam him? Did you slam him?" I'm like, "No, I didn't slam him. I don't feel like being disqualified from a match that I won in 28 seconds."
Yeah, that started going away like right as soon as like I started going at like after I started leaving wrestling. That was immediately everything's like, can't do this, can't do that. I'm like, I was like, okay, that's bullshit, but okay.
Yeah, I heard I'm still friends with a bunch of guys who like coach wrestling and stuff. Apparently like takedowns are now worth 3 points when I just knew they were 2. They were 2 like I started wrestling in 6th grade all the way up through to college. It was 2 points for a takedown. Now it's it's 3. I guess they're moving towards like the more Olympic freestyle rules because
okay.
Which I mean it makes sense, but at the same time we're doing folk style, not freestyle wrestling. Because if we were doing freestyle, I would have thrown a lot more people than I did.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
I used to do that all the fucking time. Just that was my favorite fucking thing, to just go whoop and just fucking go with them. And then like we were doing, I think it was states, I think, and one of my teammates did that, like just fucking picked him up, slammed him. And the guy, he was getting his ass kicked the whole fucking match. And then he cried wolf, and he got disqualified from states from it. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? This bullshit.
Oh, man, I made so many kids cry. I made one kid pee himself. I don't know how it happened. I literally just did a double. I had him up for like maybe like a half a second, and like next thing I know, there's a wet spot like on his singlet. I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, ref, you better call this pin because I'm not getting any closer to this guy than I'm doing right now.
We got a med kit. Do we have a piss kit?
So, I feel like this question will go by pretty quick. Jesus,
Pretty quick.
Out of me for the beginning.
Shut up.
fuckhead.
I feel like this will probably go by pretty quick. Because the next question is your favorite style of wrestling, and having a collegiate background and one of your biggest inspirations, both being your favorite and one of your biggest in-ring inspirations, is your favorite style of wrestling just like the very kind of shoot style, style wrestling, or is it more like on the technical side? Because I know back in the day, you used to be the guy that me and you could spend fucking 30 minutes training, and we'd never be able to stop. So is it more on that like shoot style, or do you more like the technical style? Like, what's your favorite?
I definitely have a lot more fun doing more of the technical stuff. Like when Calvin's running classes, he does this drill where we will chain for like 5 minutes and do nothing but chain. And
dude, I fucking wish I was around for Kelvin classes. He seems like such the right kind of trainer.
We did not do that tonight.
Yeah,
we did. No, we did. Basically, it was as Simon says. So we basically, I started, and every time I would go back into the ring to do something else, I'd add like another bit to it. We did that.
Yeah.
Then we did mock matches. So
he just seems like such the kind of trainer that I could have benefited from learning under earlier on. Like, I just shared something on Facebook the other day where it was like, who have you met in the wrestling industry that like gave you the biggest advice or like the biggest training? And I was like, well, McCarthy, I don't think realizes how much influence he had in the short amount of time that I wrestled. Like, I got to wrestle McCarthy a lot towards the back half before I left. But like Ace and Amber are the two that I've known from the very get-go, and I don't think I would still be in the business if I hadn't known the two of them and trained under the two of them from the very jump, because the two of them are definitely the reasons why I'm still here. And it's like, I wish Calvin was around in the earlier days, because I feel like I could have gotten to I could have gotten to the spot I am now if I had been able to learn under Calvin earlier on, when I was kind of sponging in as much information as I could.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Like Ben definitely, Eric was the first trainer that I had a class under, and the way he explained a lot of things, I was able to kind of pick him up super quick. As Ben said after an MEW show, he's just like a natural athlete and a natural talent. So picking it up is super easy for him. And I'm like, that's, if Ben hadn't said that, I would not say that about myself, especially on like a podcast or anything like that. Like, I would not describe myself as a natural talent. I think I suck.
Well, you do, so.
No. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? This
I'm absolutely messing with you.
This is just a pity.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Because
you were gone for so long and you came back and they were like, throw him a bone.
Yeah.
That's gives you guys the belt.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, this is as good as time as any. I'm leaving again in March to go Army full time, so it's pretty much like.
So you're taking the Openweight title with you, right?
I'm trying to.
They just introduced it, and now you're just taking it with you.
Hess is over there like Kuwait defending the belt.
Yeah, he's using it as a bullet sponge. This was the first. Okay, so this was the first training day, like literally my first day in the dojo ring.
Yep. Big bald head.
Yeah, I'm really glad you convinced you to grow your hair out.
I go through phases where I kind of want to shave it all off again, mostly because my fucking hairline's running away from my face.
A lot of people are like that. It's all good.
Yeah.
Look at that little snippet. I remember you guys fucking in a dojo. We like doing fucking drills. and you guys would work together. And you guys go 100 miles a minute.
We were
and I'm just
so
watching it.
we were
watching you
so
guys
fucking
blowing up.
competitive. We'd be planking, and me and Hess, without even saying a word, would plank for like fucking 4 minutes because we'd just be staring at each other like you're going down first.
It would
You're
literally
dropping
just be
first.
deadlock.
The worst is when
Those
Eric
suck.
was training. He's like, all right, whoever can last the longest, won't have to do this. And
that stopped. That stopped very because that's how all the trainers were. And then when me and Hess were both in a class together, they all figured out to not say, all right, hold it for as long as you can, because they knew that me and Hess would just fucking sit there until the cows came home.
Yeah, and I'd be like, you know what? Nah, I'm done. Like after a minute, I'm like, I'm good. I'll go wait for you idiots to be done. I'm gonna
Everybody
go
would be getting water, and me and Hess would still be fucking headstanding, like not even just. We're good.
Yeah, we're just sitting there, just staring.
So
yeah,
moving on. We got what is your dream match? So this question has two different kind of sides to it. I always ask, what is your dream match that you would love to see? Like, take two people in their prime, any era, and stick them in like I always do like a 6-month program. That way, like LA Knight and Stone Cold is an example I use all the time. Like LA Knight and Stone Cold in a 6-month program would fucking blow the roof off of every venue.
Yeah.
Or like Taz and Samoa Joe in their primes, like that would be a fucking, or Fit Finley and Samoa Joe. Like, so give me your dream match for any two in their prime, and then give me a dream match that you would love to have before you finish up in your tenured in the wrestling ring.
God, dream match between any two. Honestly, I would love to see like Chad Gable versus like a prime Kurt Angle. I think that would.
I had a feeling that was coming.
I'm sorry, but that is those two in the ring. It would just be like, it would be reminiscent of a lot of like Benoit Angle matches.
Yep.
It would just be like this technical show that is just.
I feel it would very much remind me of like 90s WCW. It would be very WCW heavy.
Yeah.
Dude, Chad Gables versus TNA fucking Kurt Angle would be
Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Oh man.
A pure perked out Kurt Angle where he's like all the time.
Exactly, right? Doing
That's
stupid shit.
Dylan.
I gotta ask, have you guys seen the Lethal Lockdown with Perk Angle?
Nope.
Who's he facing in that one?
No, it's like the Lethal Lockdown is basically like a War Games style match that TNA did. It would be like in a cage, like it'd be like, I think like eight people total, 2 teams of 4. So it's like Survivor Series and War Games and like the 6-sided like cage, and it was.
I think I know what match you're talking about.
Yeah. They did one. God, when Wolf Creek 2 came out, they did Wolf Creek Lethal Lockdown. Yeah, that one. It was like Abyss, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary, Decay, versus God, I can't even remember who they were facing. That's how bad my memory is. Don't play in burn pits, kids.
Possible match before you hang up the boots here.
God, you see, it's so close. It's like such like it's such a like March is like right there that it's like, God, I don't want to like pressure anybody to be like, we'll give him this match as a sympathy thing, but I would. God, I had like a list of like people that I wanted to have a match with, but if I had to pick one, I would love to face Aggro, because like he's like he's one of the few trainers him and Amber are the two trainers that I never had a match with.
Same.
I'm the same way with Ace. Ace is the last dojo trainer that I trained under that I have never wrestled.
Yeah,
I've wrestled all the trainers.
Yeah, I have never wrestled Ace. He's the last one on the list that I never got to square up with.
Ace, Aggro, and Amber. Those are the three that I haven't.
Same.
Yeah, those are the three. I would like to say that like I'll wrestle Ace, but I have a feeling that I'm like here's how low I think of myself. I don't think I'm at the level to like kind of.
Dude, you and Aggro would have a fun match.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee we would. His match versus Donkey a few months back was pretty good.
I will admit, Aggro as he is now has definitely made it back onto my list of people that I want to face, because Aggro as he is now, the way that he's reinvented and is holding himself now, I'm like, man, I'd fucking love to lock it up with Aggro now in a singles match. Like, I feel like me and him could fucking it definitely would be it'd be a banger.
Lee Miller says Dylan and him wrestled Ace at Geno's.
We did.
You guys wrestle in a handicap match and just get thrown around.
No. He was with cousin Larry. In fact, there's a picture Larry sells as merch of him shoving his thumb both up our butts. That's from that match.
Yeah, in that photo, Lee looks like he's having the time of his life.
I was not. By the way, to answer your question you asked a minute ago, have you seen a Lethal Lockdown match? The answer is yes. I watched this one as my cardio match about a week ago. It was Beer Money and Team 3D versus Main Event Mafia and the British Invasion.
Yeah. Lethal Lockdown. I watched a whole back in high school when I would have a free period, I would just watch wrestling, and I would watch WWE matches. So I'd watch Triple H, I'd watch Kurt Angle, I'd watch Chris Benoit, matches like that, because I'm that's the style of wrestling that I like. That kind of that technique, that seeing it kind of flow like that. But then the next suggested video was Lethal Lockdown. I was like, what is this? And it was all the Lethal Lockdowns throughout the years in one.
That's cool.
In one super video. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but it was so good. I have drank half of this since I got back from the gym, so I got to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Cool. I'm gonna use this opportunity. I'm gonna use this opportunity for an intermission because I gotta go get myself another drink.
Okay, we're just gonna fucking leave during the interview. Whatever. It's whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We need the dancing frog from Looney Tunes. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my
right.
Just to go dancing.
Right. So
you just bought a bottle of McGillicuddy's?
It looks like it.
Is that a bottle of McGillicuddy's?
Yes. Oh, I forgot my camera's up here now.
Bro.
What?
Sam just said, "Oh, my liver," on the couch next to me, and I have to agree with her.
Count the shots I do tonight.
Jesus
Christ. God, he's going to get blasted by the end of the show. He's gonna be...
Halfway through the show, you're like, yeah, thank you, Dylan.
So many shoots are going to have fucking happen at the show.
Oh, God. Did I start something?
No,
kind of.
I'm trying to find that photo because I've seen that photo, but I don't know.
Oh, it's probably a Nickel Cox photo.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
What I could do is I could go upstairs and make myself some hot chocolate, and just put my McGillicuddy's in it, have a good little mint, have a good little minty drink. But I am too lazy. So
I'm out of water. I'm out of booze.
I'm going to break the new shot glass that I just bought.
And the show just evolved.
And now we've started drinking.
Oh, it's fine.
Congratulations, guys.
I have 1 day a week that I drink. I drink on the podcast. It's my
I'll be right
1 day a
back.
week.
I really did start a trend. I'm sorry.
Really?
This has devolved into just all
All
of
right,
us taking
all right.
to the bathroom.
So while Cat's doing his thing, I'll ask one of my favorite questions we ask here in the interview section. What is your favorite title belt?
Oh God, I'm a sucker for the big gold, man. The
Big
big
gold?
gold. I love the big gold. The old ECW title belt that looked like the big gold, but it had like the blue in it.
Okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
My space bar is broken.
Well, that's an issue.
I don't know what happened to it, but you're talking about this one, right? 1 second.
Oh.
Everyone's just taking shots over here.
Yeah, I have nothing to mix it with.
Yep,
so.
that one.
I do.
I've got that one.
I do.
I like that belt.
I do. Yeah, I do like this one. I don't like the big gold, but this one has always. This one I like better, and I think it's because the blue breaks it up. For me, the big gold is just too solid.
Yeah.
And
Can I say
it's because I'm a new kid and all of my title belts have to be flashy. It's like, no, I just want to be able to read my fucking title belts. Give me a fucking title belt that's all gold. I can't fucking see what the hell it says unless I look at it this fucking close.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the visual of like a guy like Batista or the Undertaker.
Yeah, it made sense for the time because a lot of the guys were fucking huge.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite title of all time. This is a very simplistic title, but the black breaks it up enough that this is my favorite title of all time.
The Winged Eagle.
I'm one of those people that I want it
so
see.
bad.
I don't see the appeal to the Winged Eagle.
I love the Winged Eagle.
I don't.
Cody's bringing it back tomorrow night.
That's going to be the news story later on today. First off, what do you mean you don't see the appeal?
I don't see the appeal. I've never seen the appeal. I don't know. I understand why it's liked. Like, it is a really beautiful title, but people hype it the fuck up like it's the greatest
one of the best
thing
title belts ever.
this business has ever seen. It's not. It's an okay title.
Look at the people. Look at who's held the title too. You also have to take that into account. You got names like Batista, The Undertaker, fucking Randy Orton. You have all these huge names. John Cena. As much as I don't like him.
No, you want to see a beautiful title?
What are we showing us here?
You want to see a fucking beautiful title? You want to see one of the best titles that the wrestling industry ever birthed? This is a beautiful title. This right here.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful title.
That's the international one though.
What?
They replaced it with the freaking All Might belt though. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Just
yeah.
Fuck the All Might belt. This is a beautiful title.
The old King of the Mountain title that TNA used to have. That
was pretty cool too. You know what's actually it's a belt that's really underrated, and I like it, is TNA's version of the big gold. The one that said TNA in blue on it. It's like really big and silver, like the one Bobby Roode held and James Storm held. That one, I like that one too.
Yeah.
I do like the red straps.
The red strap, and
I want to try to convince Neil if we win the tag titles back to change the straps on them.
I want to act like legit fucking.
Good luck. I'm trying to convince Neil to let me before I leave set up the Jake Hess Invitational Openweight tournament. I think that would be fun.
The Invitation Challenge.
Yeah. Hey, careful!
Do you want a rematch?
Careful now. You want to run a tournament?
Do you want a rematch?
You might be drawing. You might draw on some fucking talent that's got some unfinished fucking business with you.
Oh boy!
Oh, I'm not taking part of the tournament. By the time the tournament's all said and done, I'll be gone.
You want to know another? Oh, Dylan died.
No,
it's okay.
Oh my God! You killed Dylan, you bastards!
You want to know another? You want to know one of my
died?
Yeah, no, he's dead. You want to know another one of my favorite titles? And I say it all the time, and it's not just because I'm trying to kiss ass.
There he is.
Literally one of the best indie titles ever.
Oh, the grind belt? The
grind title is so fucking pretty. Pictures do not do it justice. That title is so fucking pretty.
Me and Abs worked the door, like the door entrance they have before they had like it on the roller setup. Me and Abs were backstage. I ran the fog machine and helped open the door. It was
I got punched in the face by Mike Skyros doing the doors and security at one point. Because they were building to him and Huckabee and Troy Nelson, and they came out and did an angle right in front of the doors. So all the people came out, all the crew came out and separated them like a security spot, but fucking everybody went over to Troy and nobody went to Skyros. So I turned around and went to Skyros. So it's just me holding Mike Skyros back, and he's swinging like normal. And I fucking came up to push him back, and he just went wham right across my fucking face.
It's always the unintentional ones that hurt.
The next show I saw him, I gave him shit. I was like, you punched me in the fucking face last time I saw you, and he's like, what? And I was like, during the security spot, I was the only dude holding you back, and you punched me in the face. And he's like, oh shit, oops. It's like, you didn't mean to. You just you punched me in the face.
Wait, who's that?
Skyros. We're talking about the grind title because it's one of my favorite.
The grind.
So since everyone else got themselves a beverage, I am drinking a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie imperial stout from Orno Brewing Company.
That was far too many words for an alcoholic beverage.
That was far too.
That was so many words.
Hold on 1 second. My assistant is here, and if she would be so kind as to get me a shiner from the fridge, that would be fantastic.
We're all sudden off the hop rope.
Man, I started something. I did not mean to do. I just wanted to fucking drink. All right.
We need CPA, and we need Smart Mark Sterling, and we need Top Shelf Troy Nelson. Stat.
Yes. Yes. Stat.
The shiner. What is? Jesus Christ, Cat.
God damn, Cat's over here.
I didn't even fucking
crown
that bottle.
I don't have anything to mix it with, so if everyone else is drinking, I guess
straight shots of damn Crown.
That's
how we get demonetized.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good.
What is your favorite match you have seen? It could be on TV or live. And then of course, what is your favorite match that you have worked in your time of wrestling?
God, well, I'll do my favorite match that I watched on TV. Oh God, there's so many good ones. I think I'd have to say it was Eli Drake back when he was in TNA. I can't remember who he was facing, but it was like a young guy ripped out of his mind. He was in a tag team with God, I can't even remember. It was like a tournament style match, but him versus, I think Eli Drake versus EC3 happened, or I imagined it.
No, I'm pretty sure that happened.
Yeah, I think I watched that one, and that one was one of my favorites. The Ultimate X match that where Eddie Edwards won the X Division title, that one was also one of my favorites.
Yeah, Voice versus Future World title shot. Trying to see when it happened. November 24th, 2016 seems to be the consensus.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So it looks like Eli Drake and EC3 have faced off a few times. It looks like Impact a few times actually.
Yeah. So what is your I'm kind of the same way though. Because I feel like for me, favorite match that I've seen on TV, I wouldn't be able to place one, but it's probably one of Balor's in either his original NXT run or his revamped run when he was the Prince. Like him versus Owens in the ladder match at Beast of the East is one of my all-time favorite matches.
Yeah.
Him versus Pete Dunne during his revamp run, 2019 to 2021. Him versus Pete Dunne. Him versus Kyle O'Reilly. Like he has so many good matches, but I'm like, I can't just place one out of the group.
Yeah. One of the I've seen so many great live matches I can't even think of one. Like Slade versus Manders. I worked crew for that one. That one
always fun.
I remember that one.
I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right before Slade came out, Randy told me to go tighten the bolts on the turnbuckles. So I'm running around tightening bolts. Suddenly Slade's music hits, and you just see me proverbially shit my pants.
I have a backstage story about that show. I was the guy that Randy sent down to tell Slade and Manders something had changed about their match. I think it was something had changed about their match. So I'm standing up at the stage and Randy goes, go down to the locker room and find Slade and Manders and tell them X, Y, and Z. And I looked at Randy and I was like, you want me to do what? And I went down and they're sitting at the end of the bar and I walked up behind them and they were like whispered talking. And I was like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I was like, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but Randy told me to come down and tell you guys this. And they both just looked at me. And I went, okay, cool. Thanks. I just went back to talking and I was like, holy shit. And I just walked away. I was like, I didn't die.
Yeah.
That's where you look at Randy and go, no thanks. I choose life.
Yeah. Something changed in the match. Oh, and you want me to go tell the scariest guy here that something changed with his match?
The guy who's legit been to prison? Like, seriously? No thanks.
No, thank you.
I relate so heavily to the shitting your pants when Slade came out, though, because that's how I was when Rip attacked Channing shortly before I left. When he came out and he ripped up Channing's merch table and like threw it all over the place. I was the guy that Randy sent.
That was one of the first Limitless shows where I worked crew when I came back.
Yeah, because I was the guy that Randy sent in the ring to clean up Channing's merch. So Rip's up on the turnbuckle on the far end, and I slide in and I'm cleaning up Channing's merch.
It was you and me.
And then Rip just walked up behind me and I feel him looking at me and I just looked up and he just looks down and he goes, better start running, kid. And I was like, fuck this. And I slid out of the ring with the merch. I was like, nope. I watched Storm eat the fucking Love Gun Lariat literally 30 seconds before. I was like, fuck that. Because he knows I can bump. He knows I'm a worker. He would have picked me up and fucking choke bombed me. I was like, no fucking way.
No, thank you.
Do you remember
I choose life.
Do you remember fucking Brewer Herman when he came out and he chased fucking Weiser around the fucking arena? Weiser's running for his life and fucking Rip is just doing his thing like, oh, and Weiser's like, Jesus fucking Christ, and like taking off.
It's so funny because out here we have a guy named Hunter who does a like kind of a Jurassic Express caveman style gimmick. He's tall. He's a bit taller than Rip, but I swear to God, he's like fucking carbon copy. Like he's one of those dudes out here that, because there's a few guys out here that I'm like, you are literally the exact same as a dude I knew back home. Like, I literally thought Maverick had followed me out to Colorado when I first started getting back into training, because there's a dude named James out here, looks exactly fucking like him. Yeah. Same height, same facial feature, like, looks exactly fucking like him. And Hunter's the same way. He's a little taller, but I'm like, hey, you're fucking Rip Bison. You just have, like, an extra 5 inches on you.
Yeah. I run into, I'll just be walking around places, and I'll be like, have to do a double take because somebody looks like somebody else that I know through wrestling. I'm just like, is that? Nope.
No,
that's different.
I will tell you straight up, working down in Bar Harbor as long as I have, I see so many people down there. Of course, it's a tourist town. But there's been more than once where I'll be walking along and I'll be like, Ashley Fox? Or like something like that. You know, like I'll double take because I see someone that looks almost like the person I'm thinking of at that moment. And I'm just like I swore I saw Becca one day. You know, so it's like
I get that. I get that a lot.
I don't think I'm like, wait.
I get that a lot out
this-
here because Denver is one of the biggest like airport style cities. So I get that a lot when I'm in town or like I'm driving somewhere and I'll be looking out my window and I'll be like, fucking like, especially when I'm driving near the airport because I'm like, the fuck was that fucking whoever it is? And I'm like, nope, okay, not him.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah, it was when I was down in Texas, I thought for sure some of you motherfuckers had followed me because I went out on like a 3-day pass and I'm just sitting at a bar. I look across, I'm like, is that Dylan Nick? No.
Well, the thing about Dylan is he's a bald he's a bald 5'7" with a big gray beard. Like, you know how many fucking people look like him?
5'10".
Yeah. But
no, my mom's side of the family super short. I'm not. Fuck off.
What's your favorite match that you've worked?
Oh God. I don't think I have like a favorite match that like because I'm always like super hard on myself and I'm always like I walk away from a match and I'm just like that was not my best performance. I don't care.
I feel like
what
one that sticks out. I feel like one that sticks out for me was your leaving match against Dad.
Yeah. Like, that's the one that that's actually one that I can watch. I don't have to like watch through my fingers.
You know how difficult it was to follow that matchup?
Yeah.
I'm you sorry. Bastards. You know how difficult it was to follow that up?
I'm sorry. I didn't put the card together.
Who were we facing on that show?
I think that was the one where we tried breaking, or you guys tried breaking Quasey's leg. I think that was that one.
Oh, that one?
Or no, when did you?
Oh, yeah,
leave
one
Hess?
of the 6 donkeys Avengers matches you guys had.
Yeah. When did you leave?
I left in January or early February.
So yeah, it had to have been January, and it had to have been the Quasey one because we the JP one was in September because that's when we did the JP thing and then went into the hardcore match, and then the next show you guys tried breaking Quasey's leg, and at that point I had announced to everybody that I was leaving, so we started building the storyline to break up the family. Did you guys see that show was a year ago? The show that I killed Dylan Nix at? Yeah.
I'm sorry, motherfucker. Who's in Colorado right now? Yeah. Shut it.
You only needed 4 extra fucking people to help you.
I
would have took
shit.
you on myself.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You got kicked in the face, remember?
You got kicked in the face. And you drove me into a
bystander.
What the fuck do you mean you didn't do shit? I literally took an accidental floor bump from fucking 6 feet up in the air off the ring apron, and then you drove me into a post as I told you to leave me the fuck alone.
Because you kicked me in the face.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that was a good show. You were leaving. I was just coming back. It was like,
that was literally the show you came back on.
I came back. I was about 20 pounds heavier than I am right now because when I was over in Kuwait, all I was doing was I was training for powerlifting stuff. So I literally gained like 20 pounds, and I did not gain it like in the right spots. Like I got super bloated. I was strong as shit, but like,
yeah, my buddy was in Japan, has been in Japan for 4 years, and just recently came back, and I just saw him when I went and took a vacation last month, and he's like fucking 3 times the size that he used to be, and he's like, yeah, dude, I'm working on like buffing myself out because right now I'm just bloated as fuck, and I'm like, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I have like the workout down. Like I work out like a motherfucker. I eat like shit. And diet is like
that's my problem too. Like I work out 3 times a week, but I eat like, hey, pizza.
Yeah, no, it's literally like because it's so convenient because I go to the gym in Skowhegan, I go to Miller's in Skowhegan, and McDonald's is right there. So it's
the
Bro.
same thing I have with the butcher shop.
Bro.
It's the
I get one.
butcher shop in the back lot, and then you pull around the back lot to go up on the road, and there's literally a McDonald's right here. So
Yeah,
every
hold on.
fucking week I eat McDonald's.
I got one better for you, and Kat can attest to me because Kat's been in Ellsworth. So I work out at the Y because the Y's got a pool, it's got a gym, it's really nice, right? You walk out of the Y in Ellsworth, literally 20 feet away is Dragonfire Pizza, which is a stone fire pizza place, and then 30 feet from that is Dunks.
oh god.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
So I walk out of working out, and I smell pizza, and I'm like, I want pizza now.
yeah, there's actually a really good pizza place if Kat or Dylan are down Skowhegan way called Brickyard Hollow. It's actually really good. Levi, if you ever come back, I'll show it to you. But
I might be back. Who knows?
you might be back.
Who knows?
Well,
Promoters,
come back before I leave in March, motherfucker.
who knows? Fucking tell MPW to book me against you. I'll fucking come home.
No, I defend against Frankie Flash actually, January 24th. So,
I was waiting for Levi to go, who?
No, I recognize the name. If I'm being honest, I think I'd probably recognize the face if I saw it, but
I'll be honest, I had no idea who he was, so I met him like two shows ago. No disrespect to him. I just never met the guy.
yeah.
yeah,
So-
no, yeah, because he took some time off, like right when I was getting in. So it's like I don't know half the people that that are coming back now, and everyone's like,
Hey, it's his first one.
Well, that's how I felt. That's how I felt about Dad. Like, because Dylan and Kat both used to tell stories about Dad, but I didn't know him because when I came in and started training, he had just taken off. So like I'd be getting told these stories, and I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? And then finally we get to the NAWA show, and I get there, and the fucking Dad was there, and it was the first time I had ever met him, and he was like, yeah, it's me and you. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then we started calling it.
You want to know the worst part about when Dad took that extended period off? I was his last match before he took all that time off.
Yeah.
So for a long time I felt like so guilty because I thought I fucked up and I hurt him, and that's why he's taking some time off. I know better now. Yeah. I know better now that it was just
back then. That's the kind of things that you think
He
about.
hurt himself really bad. He hurt himself really bad at Geno's, wasn't it? And
the Slade match.
No, it's the Slade match.
Too.
That's right, the Slade match. It was a Slade match. He hurt himself really bad, and then got checked out.
I don't know. The only thing I ever remember about Dad is when he texted in the Limitless group chat about the fact that he died. He literally died for 25 minutes out on a lake, and then he got resuscitated. Right. And the EMS was like,
chewing on a
"How
sandwich.
the fuck are you okay?" And Dad was just like,
Dad is the wildest guy ever.
Eating a fucking sandwich, he died.
I swear to God,
I think that's why we love him. I think that's why we love him is that he's just like this crazy guy, and he's like taking us all.
Bringing him out here because Slave to the Death match was a couple months ago, and I threw his name in the pot. I was like, I'll fucking pay half his flight cost. I'll house him. I was like, I'll fucking bring him out for Slave to the Death match. It's like I'm sure he'll fucking come out for Slave.
I'm pretty sure every time Death shows up for him, he just headbutts Death. He's like, nope.
yeah. It's just Death.
That's like I ain't going near that man. No, I'm done.
Nope.
So, what is your favorite wrestling move, and then what is your favorite wrestling finisher? I always separate them because like my favorite wrestling move is an arm drag. Like I love a good arm drag, but it's not a finisher.
No. It used to be, but I love watching them done. I love doing them. I love Russian leg sweeps. They are like, if they're done properly, they are so perfect. Like if you watch like Sandman do a Russian leg sweep, or I think Randy Orton was doing them for a while.
Bret Hart, man.
Yep.
Bret Hart, even a Russian leg sweep is just, it's so pretty when it's done properly. And my favorite finish, God.
I don't care that he's drinking Crown. I care that he couldn't be fucking bothered to get a glass and take proper shots. He's just drinking out of the fucking bottle. The Irish in me, fucking it triggers me so much.
Bro, I'm French, Canadian, Irish. You know, all my ancestors are like, what the fuck's he doing?
My buddy took one of those DNA tests the other day,
savages.
and he texted me because he found out he's like 53% Scottish, but he's like 17% Irish. But he's Puerto Rican. His dad is Puerto Rican, so he's mostly Puerto Rican. So it's from his mom's side. So he's Puerto Rican and Irish, or he's Puerto Rican and he's Scottish. Those are his two big ones. But he texts me and he sends me screenshots of him, and he's like, "Brother," and I was like, "No." I was like, I am Irish. I am Irish and Native American. Those are the biggest things in my blood. I was like, no,
not even close.
Nope.
I'm never gonna do one of those.
I couldn't believe that he texted me and I was like, you wasted the fucking money on one of those things.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to know.
I don't even waste the money on it.
I can't say much. When I was in Kuwait, I did a thing called My Lineage. And basically, it goes back through like Cat's got a glass now. It goes back through history, and it finds like your family crest, like where you're from. So it turns out my family is originally from England. So I got this. It's right here. Got this cool little map.
Oh.
Yep. And
nice.
The prized possession, the main reason I did the whole thing.
As follows Rule 4.
I got a sword.
Oh, that's cool.
With a banner with my family crest, which is like the most boring crest like it possibly could be.
Where the fuck is my sword?
I feel like I did one of those at one point.
Hold on.
Because my last name is Haskell, which is a very common last name, but technically my last name actually isn't Haskell because of some family stuff that I don't know a whole lot about my family because my family was very distant. So after my grandparents, I kind of don't know a lot about my lineage, but there's something with like my great grandfather where he actually took his stepdad's last name, which is why my last name's Haskell. So actually my last name isn't Haskell, but so I tracked the original name that is actually our last name. And that's how I found out that I actually have Scandinavian blood in me as well, because our original last name traces back to Scandinavian roots. So I'm Scandinavian. It's somewhere in my bloodline, but I'm mostly Irish and Native American. I mean, my great grandfather on my mom's side was a chieftain in Maine. So like I am Irish and Native American. The Irish from both my parents' sides and the Native American.
We get it. You're white.
I'm white and colored, motherfucker.
Is
gray.
I'm gray.
Hold on, Hess. I know your actual last name. Surprise, Hess isn't his real last name. The end of your real last name doesn't scream English to me. It screams like Germanic.
Yeah, I was gonna say German.
That's what I thought. That's what I've heard so much. It's like Dutch German, and I'm just like,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, last name is not very English.
I have a feeling I have some ancestors that got on a boat and took over England.
That's how I know I'm Irish. Because I had ancestors that came over during the Irish like migration when they all migrated into like the Boston area and worked the railroads. It's like that's how I know I'm Irish, because some of my ancestors literally I know came over from on that like migration and worked the railroads, did all that things. And because my grandmother is originally from Boston, because her great grandparents or whatever it was moved from Ireland to Boston and then just it went down the generation until my grandmother inevitably moved from Boston up to Maine. And then
I'm French, Scottish, Native American was a lot of my fucking ancestors.
Favorite wrestling finisher. We got a little
way to kill the fucking podcast right there. Just fucking needed quiet.
In our defense, Hess started it. He was talking about the lineage thing.
Yeah. Hey, You brought up the 23andMe. What are you talking about? I don't even know how we got here.
I brought it up because my buddy. I don't remember why my buddy doing it came up, but I brought it up. You continued it talking about your fucking sword.
You motherfuckers are gonna make me want to go take shots.
I think I'm foreign. All right. I'm trying to keep up with Cat here. He's gonna get fucking.
You're not going
wasted.
to. You're not going to.
Levi,
Dude,
hold on.
Don't say I'm not going to. I will finish this.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Look at the size differential here, dude. Yeah. No offense to either of you idiots, but he's 3 times your size. You'll die trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, you'll die.
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't, because I've seen this game play out before. Not with YouTube, but in similar situations.
I just can't wait for midnight. Just fucking both of us just like. did we get?
Yeah, y'all are going to be slumped over.
Are we done? Are we fucking done?
Oh, we haven't even finished.
That's what I was be talking about.
Damn it!
Did you see?
We haven't even gotten
yet. Last night.
So, favorite wrestling finisher.
A favorite finisher. God, it's so overdone now that it's kind of lost its magic. But the RKO, like I'm a sucker. Like Randy Orton hitting an RKO, it's so good. Or like
I was so afraid you were gonna say the super kick. I was like, leave.
No, like, but RKOs are so overdone now, and it's like everybody is doing them, and it's like RKOs and stunners, like a Stone Cold Stunner was great. Spear has stopped being a finisher now.
I did one of those today.
A spear?
Yeah, I hit Lee Miller with it.
Oh, good. I've also hit him with a ton of spears.
It's funny because I love spears, but I stopped using them because everyone does one. So I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you got to kind of figure out a way to make it your own.
Yeah.
My thing with the RKO is, I don't remember who originally said this, but I agree with it. There's something different about Randy hitting a cutter versus everybody else doing a cutter.
So,
there's something about the RKO that still sets it apart that can give fans and workers alike a pop when Randy Orton hits a cutter.
Hold on.
DDP used to do it standing.
Yeah. Dude, that was a diamond cutter. That was actually different. Now, if you go, I'm going to logistics here for a moment.
Same fucking thing. What are you talking about?
No, when Randy hits an RKO, it's almost always one-handed. He'll actually bring up the other hand here, but 99% of the time, it's one-handed. It's out of nowhere. It's a quick snap, boom, out of nowhere. DDP would bring you up into the full front chancery, then snap it out. The stunner's one-handed. Every one of those moves, they're all cutters, but they're all different. They're all ace crushers if you really want to get technical. But
yeah, there's just something different about Orton. Yeah. So I understand Orton being. I understand the RKO.
Fucking
being
nerd on the fucking wrestling podcast. Damn it.
No, he's right though. I would go on the same fucking rant. Like,
no, I'm not saying he's wrong. I just had to make. We got super serious for a moment, and I can't handle that.
I love the diamond cutter, by the way. DDP is one of my all-time favorites. I love the diamond cutter. I watched him actually pick Eddie Guerrero up into a power bomb.
Yes.
Spin Guerrero is snap into the diamond cutter. I was like, how?
Well, he did to. I think
your finisher. That's you can do. Shit
I think
like
he did
that.
it to Randy Savage. He did it in a fireman's carry, and then
transferred over. Yeah, that was
TKO.
I want to say that
it became TKO after.
Yeah, I would say that was Halloween Havoc.
Yeah. Yeah. The TKO. That's another one.
That's cool. That is cool.
That's another one that you have to set yourself apart. Like you have to do it differently because that's another one that gets used a lot. Like I always jump to the way Ricky hits his.
Yeah,
he does the head drill to the top, and then because it's not like he just does the head drill and then steps out in the middle and does it. He does it all in one motion. So he drives your head to the top and then he spins and steps out at the same time and hits it.
It's so clean. It actually, I was going to use the TKO as a pickup finish, like a strong boy finish. But then I saw Ricky hit it. I'm like, I gotta think of something else.
That's why I stopped using Death Valley drivers. Everyone used them one weekend. I was like, oh, I'm never using that again.
Well, that's why I changed mine around, because as soon as fucking I saw Alan Prophet hit it, I'm like, fuck! I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it differently.
Hey, Kat. Storm hit like 3 World's Strongest tonight. Just letting you know.
Why do you think I changed mine to the changed
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Just look how clean that is.
So
He does it in one motion. Just
Wow, into the TKO!
and he always lands in the middle. Like he never stutter steps. It's boom, 1, 2, out. He never has to stutter step it.
I think of all the wrestlers that have come through Limitless, I think if you want to know like how to like do a match and how to like kind of how to be technical and entertaining at the same time, I think Ricky is like every young wrestler should watch a Ricky Smokes match.
100%.
100%. Whether it's like, I think the first match of his I ever saw, I was in the dojo. I came in like the end of the taping era, so they were watching one of the taped events, and it was Ricky versus Ava. And
I remember that.
That was a good match.
Yeah, that was a great match. And like I think it was at that moment I'm like, I need to like deep dive on this guy. I never did it because I like had like 6, like I had a list of wrestlers that I wanted to watch like all their matches. Like I watched a ton of like Rhett Titus matches. I watched a ton of Kurt Angle matches, because like when you're new in the business, watching like the guys that you like, whether you've like been on shows with them or like you grew up liking these guys, you end up watching a bunch of their matches and you kind of take pieces of their match, and you take pieces of their matches and of their moveset, and you kind of try to make it your own. And
Right.
Like any young guy out there who's new in the business who's watching this, like they're gonna call you a mini whatever, but like yep. Like mini Taz up there, mini Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
It's like, but keep
Big
doing
fatty.
it. Keep
You want? By the way, side note, real quick, because I just remembered this. I actually worked for Key Smokes.
No.
Yeah, back in 2021. It was me and Blade Bandit, I believe, versus him and Charlie Cashew.
Oh God, I gotta see if I can find.
I have another question that I just brainstormed.
Hold on. Before you do that, we forgot to mention the fucking Soul Snatcher. Fucking
the complexion of the
See,
how
that's
fucking nice
innovative.
that is.
Like, and it's innovative, and it makes you pop.
Yeah.
I just happened to brainstorm another one that we could segue into off of this question from now on. What are your guys' opinion on the grossest finisher? The finisher that looks the most like it will fucked you up, but in reality the burning, like an old school King's Road burning hammer.
POS is
Like,
finished.
That hurts, by the way. I do have one. The Ocean Cyclone Suplex.
The fucking what, my guy?
The Ocean Cyclone Suplex. Look it up.
Ocean.
Bobby Lashley's old
That's
Dominator. Bobby Lashley's old Dominator was fucking nasty. When he had the guy like basically fake. It was basically a reverse power slam.
Yeah,
because the guy would land would face bump.
Who else? JBL's clothesline. If he didn't like you,
Oh,
that thing looked gross.
Oh,
Steve, I was listening to Stevie Rich's podcast. He said, like, if JBL liked you, he'd give it to you as like a shoulder tackle. Easy. He'd basically hit you with the shoulder and then like follow through with the arm. If he didn't like you, he'd hit you with the arm and keep going down with you. I was like, gross.
Wait. Please tell me this is not what you're talking about.
No, not that one.
Hey, that move was fine. That was a fucking flatliner. That move was fine.
No, not that one. I think the one Cat's talking about is the double squisher.
Oh, the crossbody squisher thing. That sucks. Yeah.
No, it just looks gross. But yeah, the double squisher is also even fucking worse.
Are you talking about?
Oh, Steve.
Is this what you're talking about?
Looking to Cooper up once again here.
Yeah, I think this is it.
The Japanese
This
Open
does
cycle.
not
Now
look-
she's got the wrists locked. Spins her around.
This looks
It's
so
a long
nice.
way down for Toshio Uematsu. There it is. And
Oh. It used to be a lot worse because the girl that originated it would drop you actually on the back of your head.
Well, let me see if I can find an original one.
What
I was
that
like,
fucking
that
tag team that they did. There was a tag team move that the guy would put them on his back and then sit out.
Ooh. I don't know, but I do know a tag team move that's super dangerous because I was listening to Stevie Richards talk about it. The Shaker Heights Spike, the Beverly Brothers finisher. Basically, what it was like a 3D.
Why is
one whole-
everybody drinking and blaming me?
Because it's Lee Miller, and he actually started. He said he was going to start drinking before he left the dojo. So, but no, the Shaker Heights Spike. So basically, it was a pop up, kind of like the 3D. And instead of going down with like a cutter, like Bubba would do, the other homeboy would grab you by the back of your head and basically grab you straight down.
Oh God, yeah, no, I saw like a compilation of them hitting it and guys just spiking themselves on their head.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can find it really.
You said Lashley's Dominator.
Yeah, Lashley's Dominator.
Hey, look, we're live on YouTube. Ah, there it is.
I fucking hope so.
Ooh. Why is that so different though? Cuz like it's just a Dominator, but there's something about it that he hit and I was like, "Oh."
It's because I think it's because Bobby, instead of like Eric, when Eric does it, he kind of gets you here and just drops you. Bobby puts you up on his shoulder first, holds you there like, I'm Bobby fucking Lashley, then we go, bleh.
Yeah.
I love the spin out Dominator that people can do.
Let's see if I can figure out.
So I'm gonna toss one out that I think everybody's forgetting about.
Oh, here it is. Who brought that one?
That reminds me of a July 4th show I did where I got dropped on my head.
Oh, we didn't drop you on your head. Come on.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Oh.
It wasn't you. It was the July 4th show I did for Champ Matthews.
Oh, okay.
I
was thinking the 3D we hit you with, where you kind of went like this, and I was like, shit! So I jumped up and put my shoulder on you to flatten you back out.
Yeah, no, that felt clean. It felt fine. I walked away. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
It
Like, oh no!
I know that El Generico kind of brought this to the mainstream, but I always think about this is the move that I was thinking about when I thought about this.
The pile driver and
the brain buster off the top. Yeah, that was the move that came to my mind.
No thanks. I choose life.
Nope, I'm good. Pass. There are very few times in my career where I've said no to a move. Big Cat was there for one of them. When Bob wanted to do a suicide dive out of the.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You're a small guy. You do fucking high top shit, right? You do a suicide dive on us from the top rope. He's like, yeah, no, fuck that. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like I'm like a small. I guess I'm like a small guy compared to like Bomb. But like I don't do like a lot of high flying shit. Like the most high flying thing I do is I do a second rope shoulder tackle.
Not to shout out the Primo's champion because he's a piece of shit, but this move 100% shoot.
Oh,
fucking hurts
Ow.
like hell.
Oh my god.
That was a straight up shoot sell. He warns you to answer the phone on that one for a reason, because he fucking throws that kick. That was, I did not purposely sell it that way. That was just sold that way because he hit me so fucking hard. All I could do was spin out with it.
Oh, this looks grosser than it felt.
Oh.
Yep.
That does.
Yeah, through my shoulder.
Height
I
on
was
that.
like, no.
I was like, holy shit, he went high.
I told you guys I was going to send myself on it.
The Brainbuster was the one that I was thinking of, but we got some some good other ones that.
See if you can pull up that July 4th show where I got dropped on my head. It should be on Champ Matthews YouTube.
Speaking of shit that hurts, by the way, I took my first Samoan drop tonight. Ow.
Who gave it to you?
My ribs hurt.
Yeah, they're not fun. Yeah. Just get ready for fucking. Some of the shit he calls is like.
My ribs hurt.
Didn't breathe out.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Last question on the list here. We've been going for a little bit here. Because we've been bullshitting, but super basic one. But it's your favorite entrance music.
Oh God.
Give me top 5 if you have to. But.
Top 5. I have to do top 5 because you can't beat like the Disturbed version of Stone Cold's entrance. In my opinion, I think that one's really good. Batista's entrance music. That I really like that one. That
Batista, you mean Lee Miller?
That's still the greatest rib that I've ever seen in wrestling. Is like Lee Miller has to come out and do the Batista entrance, or else
Dad over my shoulder going, do it. No, do it. Okay.
It just proves how much love we all have for Dad and how scared we all are of him.
Yeah.
When you even know it's a rib, but you're at the point where Dad's like, do it, and you're like, no, and he's like, fucking do it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, he starts looking at you with the crazy eyes. He's like, do it,
and you're like, okay.
Okay. And I'll give you my top 3. So it's like Disturbed's version of Glass Shatters, Batista's music, and honestly, Voices, Randy Orton's entrance, like
good.
His classic, first one when he left Evolution, that one's pretty good. But Voices, I think, is like.
You know what I think is an underrated one, and I don't know if maybe I'm alone on this opinion, but I want to say it was like late 2009, 2010, I don't know. But when Kane switched from his original music to the
Slow Chemical,
the Slow Chemical. I feel like that theme is like so underrated, but that is on my workout playlist. That fucking theme goes so hard.
That's on the that's actually on the soundtrack for the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
I was gonna say, it was on the Xbox game too. The original Xbox game, I still own it, and that it was one of the soundtracks for that fucking game too.
So here's the thing that makes me giggle. I could tell our age difference because, like, if I'm thinking wrestling themes, I'm thinking back to the 80s, my classic 80s wrestling themes. So, you know.
What's up,
like, come on.
Thinking.
No, that way back.
He's thinking Bruno Sammartino and the Von Erich.
Little newer than that. No, see, the thing is, the Macho Man Randy Savage, the What Up Mach was actually his WCW music. He used just straight pop and circumstances when he was in WWE. We got to consider Big Boss Man had a classic theme. Demolition had a classic theme. Hogan's, but Real American pop, it still get a crowd pop.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these old classic theme songs. There's a reason I have 95% of them on my playlist.
Yeah,
my workout playlist is mostly wrestling music.
The OG Cactus Jack theme is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The original. I'm not talking about Car Crash. The original Cactus
Yeah.
Jack theme is one of my
I know what
favorites.
you're talking about.
Dude,
Man Called Sting. Come on, it's so stupid, but I love it.
yeah. Billy Gunn's I'm an ass man.
Yeah.
I don't even
Actually-
like the theme, but you know what I quote so much? Oh, you didn't know? I don't even like the theme, but I'll be walking around in my day to day, and just all of a sudden I'll be like, "Oh, you didn't know?"
Your ass better call somebody.
Let's see if I can still do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D Generation X proudly brings to you its WWE Tag Team Champions of the World.
Yeah, I
memorized.
I saw an interview, and like 95% of the time, that was just all off the top of his head, all off the cuff, because like
I have to admit, I feel like that's what New Day did really well back when they were the trio, because E used to just have a mic backstage and used to be like, New York City, you better feel the power.
It was whatever city there's in, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your 10-time tag team champions and feel the power.
Yeah. The Usos theme, bro, the Uso penitentiary theme. Some people I see all the time, it gets so much hate because it's repetitive, but I'm like, fuck you. That theme goes hard as shit.
Kofi Kingston's original music.
I love that.
I don't like Jay's new theme. Because they took the Usos theme and tried to make it
Day One
like Jay's solo theme. It sucks. The Usos theme's better. Fuck you. The team theme is better. Jay's theme sucks. It sucks.
It's just me. It's me. Usos.
It's
fucking great.
It's
Fuck you. You don't like talent. You don't know what talent is.
One that's not WWE, but Eli Drake's TNA music. Eli Drake.
Dude, TNA, seriously, TNA's music department, Beer Money, America's Most Wanted, James Storm, Bobby Roode, Rosemary, Bobby Lashley, Eric Young, ODB. They had some bangers of music.
They did. And I mean, we brought up Bobby Roode a few times now, and I am so depressed about what happened to him in WWE, where he basically it was so depressing because he was a main offender in TNA, and
you know what I would kill for?
He was so good, but
you know what I would
him in the mid card.
Not even kill. You know what I would kill for is New Day comes out. They have the belts, right? They're the new Raw tag team champions, and they're like, we'll take on any tag team from any place, anywhere, anytime, and all of a sudden you hear Beer Money.
Oh my god, I would.
I'd be out. I'd be out.
Yeah.
I lost what I was gonna say. Damn it! It completely just slipped my mind. Oh, I feel like fuck you!
Turn it off.
Thank you. Oh my god, somebody else hates this theme too. Fuck yeah! I've got somebody else on this podcast.
My god!
You're replacing JP. You're here forever now. I need somebody else on this fucking pod to yell at them about Joe Hendry as much as I do.
Oh my god! I don't. I believe
it's
Joe Hendry.
Fucking stupid.
It's so dumb. Like the music got over before he did.
It's so dumb. I feel like it's cheating, but I just have to say, I mean, God's gonna cut you down when Undertaker came out to that. Like, I feel like it's cheating because it's technically not his theme music.
Rolling with Limp Bizkit played it live at WrestleMania.
This is my favorite title for a reason. Early 2000s American Badass Taker is my favorite version of Taker. This is my favorite title for a reason because his title run with it is the greatest, and Rolling is the greatest theme song.
I think the greatest kind of belt variant was Stone Cold Smoking Skull.
I want it so bad. That's one of those titles.
I have a buddy who has it.
I want it.
So fun fact. So my new job is the last few days have been a lot of filing, like putting files together and like putting everything in alphabetical order, right? So it's busy work. Basically,
So
my hands are doing stuff. Yeah, basically, my hands are doing stuff, but my brain is kind of completely shut off. So for the last 3 hours of work today, I was like, or last hour and a half of work today, I was like, I can't just sit here. I was listening to podcasts and stuff, but like, I gotta watch some wrestling or something just to kind of keep my mind going. So I put on the 2002 Royal Rumble, and that was fun. That's what Triple H won after coming back from the quad injury.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think
Shinsuke Nakamura's theme, the fucking violin in the beginning, the rip on the violin,
Did you hear his
it
new
pops
one?
me every time.
His new theme?
No. The one.
No, but have you heard the new one?
Yeah, I've heard the new one's okay, but his original with the fucking the violin string
Yeah,
in the
that is
beginning,
good.
it pops me every time.
so. I gotta ask, like, what song that you guys like listen to? Have you guys wanted to like use as entrance music, but you just were like, it's never a right time. My music right now, people know it. I'm not going to.
Oh yeah, all the time,
Ooh.
all the fucking time.
Because I got one. It's the Militant Me's cover of courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
It was gonna be Survivor when I came back at the Rumble, but then I changed my mind. The metal version, I can't remember fucking who's it by, but I was gonna have a whole new gimmick change and everything, and then I was like, "Oh, you're gonna go heel." I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind." But I like the shit that I have, that or Throne. That's a good fucking tune to fucking bob your head to.
Is that by who's that by, Cat?
Ooh, Throne or
Yeah,
Survivor?
Throne, yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
Does that bring me to Horizon?
I think
I
it's Bring
feel
Me
like
Horizon,
the
yeah.
only one that I could think of off the cuff would be Peyton Parrish. My mother told me his Old Norse rock cover. He speaks it in Old Norse, and it's a rock cover, and it's really good. And at one point, it was going to be the Seawolves' new music. That's the only one I can think of off the cuff because I don't really listen to music. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so music is kind of a second for me. Like there's a few Irish like pub rock songs that I could be like I could use this, but I don't know. My thing is when I went baby, I was looking for new music to come out to, and I didn't know what I figured I would just come out to Living on a Prayer, but then I happened to be scrolling YouTube and I came across my theme music now, and I listened to it, and I was like, this is it. Like it was a set. I was like, this is my music. Because the whole song is about just continuing to move forward, like not letting anything weigh you down, and you literally just keep running, and you're not running away from anything, you're running towards everything that you're going for. And that's like
just a small town girl.
That's kind of how my music change happened when I finally changed my music. I was just kind of, I think I was I told Siri like, hey, play this song, and then it like, you know how we'll just start like a mix based on that song. And I was like, because the song I was coming out to, I was like, I don't know, it doesn't really match the character I want. And then I heard God of War by Dirty Worms, and I'm like, that is absolutely the music I want.
You know what? I hate to give him props, but Maverick used to come out to You Ain't Ready by I don't even remember, but I want to say it's Skillet, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Skillet.
Yeah, I think it's Skillet.
That boy changes music all the fucking time.
He came out to You Ain't Ready one time at Kennybunk Port, and I was like, this was before I even started training, but I was like, holy shit, this song's fucking great. And I added it to my playlist. It's been in my playlist ever since. So I had to give him props, but he's the one that introduced me to that song.
I have to ask, was that the show I destroyed my blue gear?
Yes,
blue and gray
that's
gear?
the show. So I might have been training at that point. I was still relatively new, but I do remember texting you and being like, hey, you have a hole in your ass.
It wasn't a hole. I just wore the freaking color off of it. I'm so mad because I wore that gear twice.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, though, like
I have
fucking.
I have a
ahead.
entire like singlet that I have not worn that I'm going to wear for the next MPW show. It's a white singlet, and I haven't worn it because like
White?
Yeah, because it's white. But I figured, coming out white belt, white singlet, look clean.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, and by the way, to answer the question, if I had a complete different gimmick, I'd like to do like kind of a almost kind of like Wyatt Holiday's outlaw thing, or be like kind of the outlaw, the cowboy, lone gunman type thing. I want to really, really, really steal This Life. It's the theme song to Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But fucking speaking of music, though, fucking
Red right hand. Sorry, I just thought about it. Red right hand would probably be one if I could change my gimmick. That's probably one. You know what? When I turn heel, I might just say fuck it and start coming out to that theme anyway.
go for it.
Do it.
Now,
Go.
when fucking when I was versus Samuel Matthews coming back out to Diamond Eyes, I actually got like a little like it's like, oh fuck, the last time I've heard this fucking music was when I turned on everybody. And I haven't heard it since. Like it's kind of like shit. Like I forgot what that fucking pop was, the fucking clap along and shit.
Yeah.
And
I just have to throw out there too, because I just mentioned Red Right Hand. Peaky Blinders did not use that song first. That song's from the original fucking Hellboy movie, and everybody forgets it's from the original Hellboy movie because Peaky Blinders made it fucking super popular, and it pisses me off.
That seems to be the running theme, is like a Netflix show will pick up a song that you like, and then they'll just
It made it super popular. And Peaky Blinders is great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great
Master
show.
of Puppets.
No. The shows can be great. However, like, oh god, I can't even remember the name of the show, but like one of the songs I really liked showed up in that show, and that everyone was like talking about it. I'm like,
Supernatural is another one that comes up a lot. They used the If I Only Could. That too.
I'd love to use that too at some point. But no, I've got 3 words for you. Master of Puppets.
yeah.
How big did freaking that song get after Stranger Things?
Yeah.
And like it sucks because like I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, you don't even like Metallica. You liked that you don't even like Metallica. You like this show, and because so and so played that song, it's like now you love it.
Well, Master of Puppets with Stranger Things. Fucking If I Only Could, I'd Make a Deal with God. Came back. Stranger Things
Running Up
used
a Hill.
that. Yeah, Running Up a Hill. Stranger Things used that, and that was a song beforehand that was really good. And Stranger Things popularized it. But like the Ron Perlman Hellboy movies, clearly some of my favorite movies of all time. I have The Samaritan above my head, and it's like Red Right Hand was used in that fucking movie first. That's the Red Right Hand. Peaky Blinders, it's not a fucking analogy for like having a bloody hand. Literally the Red Right Hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I think oh god, I'm about to devolve this into another like 20-minute long conversation. What is you guys what is like your guys' favorite movie opening song? Like movie
opening song.
I don't really watch movies, so I can't.
Hold on, no, I got a cool one. It is a very cool song. The times are changing from the Watchmen movie, as they're going through like all the stuff. I love that opening sequence. I think that's a really good one.
Yeah.
The only one that I could think of off the top of my head would be, I don't really watch a whole lot of movies either. So, I mean, Red Right Hand is an opening song. The Joker's sting from The Dark Knight, his sting during the bank heist scene. Yeah. Or I guess it's a little bit of cheating, but technically there are Doctor Who movies, and Doctor Who is my all-time favorite show. Yeah. So just the Doctor Who theme in general.
I'll open it to TV shows too.
Yeah. It'd be the Doctor Who theme then. There's so many variants of it. Like there's an electric guitar, an electric violin, a synthesizer. There's so many variants of it. It'd be the Doctor Who theme. I
think honestly, this is like super cheesy, super basic, but like the the original Halloween theme.
Mm.
The original,
Yes,
like,
that's a good one.
But I also like the opening song for the Terminal List.
I haven't heard of that one. Oh, didn't mean to play that.
It's an Amazon Prime show. It's actually based off of this book.
Oh, no shit.
It's one of my favorite books. I have all the signed copies up there.
Look at this bookworm, you fucking nerd.
Yeah. Actually,
I guess I would say mine would be Sunflower from Post Malone from Spider-Man.
There it is. I knew somebody was gonna fucking say it.
Yeah, this one's actually my favorite because it's not only signed, it's also shot through.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
House MD's Lee. I can't believe I gotta agree with you here, but House's theme's really fucking
that's
good.
dope.
I'll never forget before I watched House, my parents used to watch House, and the theme, I knew what they were watching because House always used to scare me as a kid, but I knew what they were watching because I could hear it through their door. So anytime I heard that theme, I'd be like, okay, don't go in the bedroom, and I'd just go to my room and be like, fuck it, I'll ask them later.
Yeah.
Smallville.
Speaking of medical shows, though, that's a good one. But speaking of medical shows, Scrubs.
I never watched Scrubs.
Nope.
It's
a girl that I was involved with at one point, that was one of her favorite shows. So I've seen a little, like I saw episodes from like season fucking 14 or whatever the fuck they're on now, but I never actually watched Scrubs.
They are well done. They only went to episode 9. They only went to season 9.
Yeah.
Season 8. Season 9 is don't. No, it doesn't exist.
CSI Las Vegas. That's also very fucking good opening.
Yeah.
The Criminal Minds theme.
That's good too.
Yeah.
House MD, I think the way they ended that show is how you end a show.
It was good. The thing is, I don't like the last season.
No,
I like the last like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
I hate the last season, but I love the last 2 episodes of that show.
The last season sucked, but the last 2 episodes were fantastic.
Okay. So anyway, before we keep divulging, we still have news to do. So, we always extend. If you don't have anything else to do tonight, you are more than welcome to talk news with us and stay on the pod. But if you do,
as much as I'd love to hang out and do news with you guys, I got to get up early and hit the gym before I head to Limitless.
If we didn't have news, honestly, I would have had this keep on going too, because this is I actually been enjoying this this whole fucking you're one of the top guests we've had that's actually been like continuously engaging and like once it hits the hour mark with a lot of the guests, it's like okay, it's like answer the question. It's like okay, are we done yet? Can I leave now?
No. Here's the thing, though. This doesn't feel like a podcast. It feels like I'm just hanging out with you guys.
That's what Randy Carver said.
Yeah, that's what we tried. That's what we not even subconsciously tried to do. We just naturally became that. We just all kind of get on and just bullshit like we would in person.
Well, that's even like what Randy Carver says. Like, our show doesn't feel like an actual show. It feels like you're listening to like the radio or something like that. Just everybody just shooting the shit with each other, and it doesn't feel like it's like a
traditional podcast.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, first off, thank you for joining us here. It was nice to catch up with you. I'm glad that I'm glad we're almost 2 hours in and we've just been shooting the shit the whole time. So I'm glad that this was fun, and we'll definitely have to try and get you back on before you take off. But as always, 100%. We always end and let the guests go with plug all your shit, social media, shows coming up, title defenses, whatever the fuck you need to do. The floor is yours. I'm on
Instagram and X at Hess Wrestling. Find me Jake Hess on Facebook. I don't post a lot to those pages, but I'll share like upcoming dates. For December, I only have one booking, the 25th. I'm at Skips. In January, 12th, I'm in not the 12th. I'm in Herman. I have my crew shows on here too. But the 24th, I defend the MPW Openweight title against Frankie Flash. So that's I am looking forward to Skips, but that's the one that I'm really looking forward to because get to defend that title. But thanks for having me, you guys. It was a great. Can't hope I get back soon.
Yeah. This was fun. Definitely. Yeah. You're getting deployed in March, right?
I'm going full-time active duty.
Full-time active duty.
Yep. My contract ends in March. My National Guard contract ends in March, and on deployment, I was like, you know what? I like doing this art. I like doing Army shit full time. So
Army shit.
Army shit. Army. Anyway, cool.
Who doesn't want to fly helicopters?
Skips is the 28th. I misread it. Thank you, Lee Miller.
Well, as always, thank you for joining us. Make sure you go follow Jake Hess on all the social media platforms. Check out merch. Check out. Say hi. Well, go watch him defend his title. Do all the good things. Get some jacked Jake Hess merch.
Pro Wrestling
and Pro Wrestling Tees.
No, it's not on Pro Wrestling Tees. They have not confirmed my store yet. So
some people are like that.
So just get them in person. Go pay him a bunch of money in person.
Yeah.
As always, we'll try and get you back on before you go full time here because this was fun. So thank you, and you are free to go.
Before you go, we should probably do this again as just a designated interview instead of doing a show, and to have for backup because, like I said, this was fun. Fucking like I said, we keep doing this for another hour because this was fun. So why don't we schedule that sometime next year that we just do a sit down, fucking shooting the shit, talking shit without a show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll be on our Patreon. Go subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right.
Anyway,
have a good night, Hess. I'm gonna go get myself some more drink.
See you later, buddy.